Hey, fifth graders. We just finished our topic on adding and subtracting decimals, and one of the problems that you're going to be faced with, it talks about perimeter, which we haven't had an actual lesson on yet this year, so I want to take the time to talk to you about what perimeter is. So perimeter is the distance around any two-dimensional shape. In fifth grade, we focus on a lot of quadrilaterals, which are four-sided shapes, and in the bottom picture here, you can see a rectangle with a perimeter of 16. So let's talk about how they got that. They used the formula 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3 is 16. I can only see the 5, the 3, and the 3, but on a four-sided shape, the opposite sides are parallel and congruent just means equal to. So that means that this side is 5, but down here, this side is also 5. And then we have 3 and 3, and when I add all those up, I get 16. So in Seesaw, you're going to have an assignment that talks about the bulletin boards in my classroom. And here's one of them. This is the south bulletin board, or the bulletin board in the back of my classroom. I want to do a little holiday project, or not project, but I want to decorate for the holidays and get new bulletin board border. But in order to do that, I need to measure that out and see how much perimeter I actually need to order on Amazon, because I don't want to waste any money. So for this one, we want to find perimeter estimated to the nearest tenth, which is this first guy. Then I'm going to find the perimeter estimated to the nearest whole number, and then I'm going to find the actual perimeter. So for the first one, I have the length estimated to the nearest tenth. So the tenths place, change my marker. Here we go. So I'm taking the length, which is 74 and 25 hundredths, and rounding to the nearest tenth. I'm going to get 74 and, let me zoom in and make this a little bit more clear for you guys. Okay, 74 and 3/10, because the 5 will bump the 2 up to a 3. And then the width is 42 and 3/10 as well. Now, in a quadrilateral, I have 4 sides, not just 2. So I can either take this entire thing and multiply it by 2, like that. I can take each individual number, so I can take 74.3 and multiply that by 2. So squeeze in a little times 2 here, plus 42 and 3/10 times 2. Or I can just add those two numbers again. So down here, I'm going to do 74.3 plus 74.3 plus 42.3 plus 42.3. All right, so now that is my equation. So I could say equals P for perimeter. For estimating to the nearest whole number, I'm just going to change color since they overlap there a little bit. I have the same exact numbers on my length and width now, but now I'm going to round to the nearest whole number. So it's going to look like this. 74 and 25 hundredths just rounds to 74. So I'm going to do 74 plus 74 because there's 2 sides that are that length. And 42 and 34 hundredths rounds to just 42. Equals, again, we can do P for perimeter. And then on the actual perimeter, I do want to know like the exact. So I'm going to be using the actual numbers that I used when I measured my boards. So 74 and 25 hundredths, do that one times 2, plus, just to save myself writing space, 42 and 34 hundredths times 2. If you would like to use a calculator, you're more than welcome to do that. But I need, for today's activity, I need 3 answers. Okay, I would like the perimeter estimated to the nearest tenth, so there should be the answer here. Perimeter estimated to the nearest whole number, answer here, and then the actual perimeter. When I'm done with my seesaw activity, I'm going to ask you a couple questions, which are, let me just go check it out. Right here. Total bulletin border needed. So give me the total perimeter, and then it says, should we use an overestimate or an underestimate? If we are going shopping for actual border on Amazon, we want to make sure that we have enough. Should we use an overestimate or underestimate? So you can tell me the total perimeter that you got, and then tell me about how much border we should use. If you get all these correct, there is an actual link here to go shopping for some holiday border, just to kind of lighten up the room and have a little fun. But that's all for today. Here's a little lesson on perimeter, and I need you guys to use these skills to go ahead and complete this activity on Seesaw.